Bacta Convention, 22nd of November 2023. Joseph Cullis, Bacta Vice President, and John White, CEO, welcome delegates to this year's Bacta Convention. John White unveiled the new Bacta logo, which has been developed for next year's 50th anniversary of the association. In addition, he announced a drinks reception for the first night of the EAG Expo in the Bacta Lounge at 6 p.m. The first speaker of the day was the Right Honourable Stuart Andrew MP, Minister for Gambling.
Now, many of you here today will be keen to understand the progress that we have made on the land-based gambling proposal set out in that white paper. Last month, we closed the government's land-based gambling consultation, which included our proposals for the reform of the 80-20 rule, the introduction of direct cashless payments on gaming machines, and our commitment to an age limit on cash-out Category D slot-style machines, something which I know BACTA members already adhere to. The consultation sought views on a range of policy proposals which were designed to support the arcade and amusement sector, and I would like to personally thank all of you for those that have responded to that. The evidence that you supplied is essential for ensuring that government policy is evidence-led and takes into account the real-world impact that these policies will have on the day-to-day operation of your businesses.
As was to be expected, the Gambling Minister would not be drawn on many details of the government's plans at this stage. He did, however, address the industry's concerns over machine ratios.
I fully recognise that you believe that this current ratio does not allow you to meet customer demand, and that this has led to the maintenance of large numbers of machines which are underused but energy intensive. This situation is undesirable for both businesses and the consumer, and we therefore propose to modernise this ratio to better reflect customer demand. But we do have a responsibility to ensure that customers are presented with a genuine offer of lower stake gambling opportunities in order to maintain a safe gambling environment. To help inform decision making around commercial flexibility and a genuinely balanced product offer, we have sought additional evidence. This includes the consultation as well as an industry data request concerning the use and functionality of different categories of machines. My department and I are extremely grateful to BACTA and other trade bodies for their willingness to share that evidence.
He also had some good news for FECs operating Cat D machines.
I am aware that some of you have expressed concerns about any potential requirements that these machines may be moved to an age-restricted area. I would like to reassure you that we have made no such proposal to do this. We recognise the value of maintaining these machines on the floors of family entertainment centres for the use of adults, while their children enjoy penny pushers and the various other amusements that venues have to offer.
However, the biggest concern raised at this year's convention was over the proposed statutory levy. While land-based arcade operators would be charged 0.1% on profits, manufacturers, distributors and single-site operators would be charged 4 times as much. Mark Horwood of UDC, Quentin Stott of Reflex Gaming and Greg Wood of Essex Leisure all raised this issue with the Minister, pointing out how detrimental it could be. Stuart Andrew MP responded by saying, "This is why further consultation on the White Paper was so important."
Yes, of course. Look, I mean, whenever I come to sort of events like this, there is usually one subject that comes up as the top of the list, and I'm aware that this is something that offers some concern. You know, when we introduced the white paper, we got a lot of criticism that we were going to do some further consultation. I think this proves why that further consultation was important, because we can put a proposal forward On the specifics, we talked about, you know, general issues, but we can put forward consultation on the specifics so that we can get the evidence base. So actually having the responses, having these questions, having the discussions that we've had in the meetings that I've been having in the department, they are all contributing to the evidence that we are building up before we make a decision. And actually sometimes, you know, in consultations, it is worthwhile putting some things that might stretch people's thought processes, because we want to consider the thing as a whole. But let me be clear, no decision has been made. This is a genuine consultation. I think colleagues in the department, I hope myself too, have shown that we are listening. In fact, when the discussions about the statutory levy were brought in, were first mentioned, I think you were amongst those that were saying, don't have a flat levy, can we have different rates? We listened to that, those are the proposals. But we've got further work to do, and so you know, I'm sure you've already done it, but put in the consultation, give us the evidence, because I think that's why the gambling white paper, whilst it's not pleased everybody because you never will, but I think the reason why it has landed broadly in the right place is because it's all been evidence-based.
Look out for next week's newsletter, where we will bring you further highlights of the convention.